Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Incredible.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a really good Sunday. We're streaming again. Reed, congratulations on getting first this week. For those that aren't in the SPC, I had like a really quick idea earlier on that because there's some people who race try and get first on the stream every week and be the first commenter, that maybe we should do a t-shirt that says I came first, or something like that. Like, and if someone's like first like 3 weeks on the trot, maybe they get a t-shirt and they have like a I came first at prototypist t-shirt. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that's a good idea for the stream. Storesness, thank you so much for being here with your SPC logo as well. Frankie 1001, Fui, Bazooka and Rue are here as well. Good evening. I hope you're all doing really, really well on this Sunday afternoon. Cynic 12 as well. Moons of Empire, thank you so much, dude, for 32 months of keyboard subs. I thoroughly appreciate you, dude. And we should climb a mountain again at some point soon. Like, we should really actually get that booked in and do it, because it's been like 2 years since we last did that. Ballboy, thank you so much for being here. Alania as well. Wolfie 2. Anarchy, hey dude, thank you so much for being here. Randolph the Great and Fox Abomination, thank you very much for being here for the first time, guys. I appreciate you. Godzilla Waddle as well, and Fred Telosaurus Rex. Captain Reed says, I came first, shirt for coming first in a race or arriving on stream first. Yeah, I think like if we were to do it every time we play marbles and for every single stream, I genuinely don't think I can afford the t-shirts for that, because that would add up quickly. But like if someone wins marbles like three times, or someone's like first on stream 3 times on the trot, like 3 weeks running or 3 streams running, maybe we'll do it for that. I'll have some ideas, and I'll see if I can come up with some ideas to try and get them made. We'll see. I know Tim's already coming up with some ideas. Run off the Grace says, yeah, maybe something not to brag about. Well, like it's just a joke. It's silly, right? It's supposed to be silly. It's no worse than me wearing a Max Voltar keyboard t-shirt, right? B-Rugdush, hey man, good to see you. Didn't expect the stream given there's still an F1 race going on. Yeah, so the reason for that, Zed, is because I was never going to be able to watch the race today live anyway. So it's going to be something that I watch when I get home from streaming. So usually when I'm streaming, I'm here to the workshop till about 11 p.m, 11:30 p.m. Then I'll go home, then I'll watch the F1. And then I'll be back at the workshop at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. Moons of Empire, yes indeed. Yeah, we should do it. Yeah, absolutely. Neodoid, hey man, thank you so much for being here. Wolfie, thank you so much for 19 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate, my dear. Keep says, evening Jay, have you seen the Good Keyboard Friends podcast episode 8? The Segway sponsor Huey did. Hubert did? Hugh did? No, I haven't. So after mine, so for those that you don't know, there is a podcast called the Good Keyboard Friend podcast. Let's get this up on let me add this in browser and show you guys this. Good Keyboard Friends. Okay, so I'm not even showing my screen. Here we go. Ta-da! So this is the Good Keyboard Friends podcast on YouTube. Let me post a link into chat. There you go. So this is these guys. This is Tangus, Hubert, James, Black Simon, and have I forgotten someone? I can't remember. Anyway, the guys are all fantastic. So far I've literally just finished watching Hallie's episode, which is the episode 7. Mine was episode 6, which is here. I listened to KNC one and the Pontus one. I listened to those rather than watching them on Spotify, but I haven't got to episode 8 or episode 9 yet. So the Ball's a good friend of mine as well, so I need to have a listen to that at some point this week. Usually it's good for me to listen to whilst I'm actually doing keyboard stuff, but anyway, go listen to this podcast. Listen to all the episodes apart from mine. Mine's the worst one. The rest of them are really, really good. They're pretty much not about keyboards. They're just about the people behind keyboards, and the guys do a really good job of digging out the information about you, right? Like, do a good job of interviewing you. Hubert is fantastic. And Simon always throws a bit of a spanner into the mix. Tangus is way brighter than he'll ever let on, and Jones just knows more about keyboards than almost anyone. So go give them a listen, because they are really, really good. Right, yeah. The race is a snooze fest. Oh, well, I will be watching it when I get home. Canada is one of my favorite tracks to drive. Like I've never driven it in real life, but like in video games, one of my favorite tracks to drive. So yeah. Keep it. I haven't seen the segue that Hubert did in episode 8, but I will take a look and see. I don't know what they've done on that, but I'll try and watch it this week. Fox Abomination, thank you so much for the sub. I thoroughly appreciate you. 3 marble wins, not in our lifetime. I think the most anyone's ever done is 2 on stream. There's a couple of people that have won 2, but no one's won 3 yet. Just BMT says good evening. Hey man, good to see you. Alvi, thank you so much for being here. The 4 hosts. Yeah, like 4 hosts, yeah. Like I was just trying to remember. I feel like I was missing someone, but there was 5 of us on the call. That's what I'm remembering. 5 images when we were on the call, and obviously one of them was mine. That's what I'm doing. Haven't had time to listen to podcasts. I should do that, to be honest. Yeah, they're just really nice people, and they're really into keyboards, and they're really good at driving what makes people tick in the keyboard hobby, like asking the right questions, getting the interest. Like I think I spoke maybe, I don't know, 50 words on keyboards, and the rest was just about cars, watches, coffee, a million other things. Like it was just really, really good fun. It was actually one of the conversations that I had most fun in months. Like it was just really nice. Like I don't get a chance to chill out with people as often as I'd like in real life, and certainly not where there's like 4 or 5 people. Usually if I do, it's just one-on-one with people, and to just have like 4 or 5 like-minded people on a call who were into similar things, or that, like, it was just really, really good fun. It was really good fun. Think you'll have a really good time and laugh as well. I will do. Your episode was great. Didn't know about VW sausages, and now I want to find them. Yeah, VW sausages. So this is one of the facts I dropped on that stream. The company who makes the most sausages in Europe is Volkswagen. So there you go. You can Google that and take it to the bank. It's true. So yeah. Rexton says, any idea why the Bluetooth connection on my Zoom 65 is so delayed? There's like 50 to 100 milliseconds delay on typing. It's Bluetooth, and there will be things that interfere most likely. If your PC has a metal case and your keyboard has a metal case, that's going to add delay and latency, which is what we're talking about here, into the processing of the signal. Bluetooth is not a direct, necessarily one-for-one in terms of sound. Like if you've ever used Bluetooth headphones with your phone and been on a phone call, you'll notice there's a slight disconnect in terms of like speaking. People often speak over each other and things like that. So Bluetooth isn't live. It'll never be as fast as a wired connection. No wireless connection will be. That's the reasons why usually. So yeah. Trojan, hey man, thank you very much for being here. And David Coolkeys, thank you so much for being here as well. Right, okay. Take a sip of my coffee and then I'll tell you about. Oh, I've dripped it. Look, I've dripped all down the back of my cup. It's dry, so it's set on wherever it is. Yeah, it's dry. Well. Sometimes coffee is good. Right, okay, so PT news, what do I need to tell you? The F1s, the GeonWorks F1 ATEX V2s should have hit port today. I will get a report, hopefully, well, Sharon will get the report, hopefully tomorrow, from our port clearance official stating that the container is off the ship and giving us a timeline on when we can expect things to happen going forwards. The basic process is, now that the container is off the ship, or it should be, or it will be tonight, hopefully, what will happen is that container will go to a bonded warehouse. They will decide whether they're going to open it up or not. If they decide not to, they will just invoice us for whatever VAT, duties, import, returns we need to pay for. And I should get that Tuesday, Wednesday, I hope, and I'll pay it straight away, and then hopefully they'll dispatch everything that's in the container that's ours really quickly after that. If they do decide that customs are going to investigate the container, which does happen from time to time, it'll take about a week extra. So I'm hopeful that on Thursday or Friday this week, the F1 ATEXs, the couple of pallets with those on, will arrive here at PTHQ. I'm kind of praying that they do, because I want to ship all of the group buy orders before PT goes to the GMK meetup at the end of this month. So for those of you who don't know, GMK, the keycap manufacturer, is hosting a big event in Germany. It's on the Saturday the 28th, I want to say. Is that the Saturday? Yeah, Saturday the 28th of this month in Germany, at GMK's HQ. PT will be there, myself and Mel are both going. We're flying out first thing on the Friday morning, the 27th. So the last day I'll be packing and shipping orders is the 26th, which is the Thursday. Then I think we have to be at the airport for 4 a.m. I think on Friday morning. We fly to Germany, we fly to Munich, and then get the car, drive for the car from Munich airport to Regensburg, which is where we're staying, which is a town where we're staying. And then we check into the hotel. We'll have a dinner with the other vendors on the Friday night, and then on the Saturday morning we're getting a coach off to GMK, which exciting. So yeah, that's the current plan. I'm hoping that we get the F1s in as early as possible this week so that we can actually ship all of the group buy orders out before we go to Germany. That's kind of like my plan, is to ship all of the group buy orders out before we go to Germany. If they arrive on Thursday or Friday, I think we can do that. If they arrive next Monday, it's probably if they arrive on Monday, realistically we're not going to ship any until Tuesday. We'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's really tight. So I think that becomes like a 50% chance we'll do it. And if they come after a week on Monday, then it's going to be after we get back from Germany that the vast majority ship. So we'll ship whatever we can before then, but that's just the timeline. The idea in my head that I have is that we'll get all of the boards this week, like towards the end of this week. We'll start shipping on Monday, we'll finish shipping on Wednesday, and then I can list all of the extras and have them go live whilst we're away in Germany. So we'll put them live at on the Friday night. The extras will go live on the Friday night. Shan will handle that, and then when Mel and I get back on the Monday, so we fly back at 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon, which means that I'll be back in the workshop on Tuesday and Mel will be back on Wednesday. We'll ship all of the in-stock orders out from Friday on the Tuesday. I think that's kind of like how I'd like to have it in my head. So we'll see how that goes. That's a coffee. Thanks, man. Yeah, this is so as well as running Prototypist, I also have Jay's Roastery. I will show you. So we have Prototypist website. We have Jay's Roastery. This is my coffee website, and what we're drinking right now is the Fiction Blend, which is this one right here. So this is the Fiction Blend. This is literally the machine and coffee in the workshop, like literally downstairs here. This is where I make the coffee here. And you can pick up our beans freshly roasted in 250 grams, 500 grams, or 1 kilogram bags. You can get it on subscription if you'd like. And you can see all the brewing notes. So these are the details about the coffee itself, and then there's brewing notes on here as well, which is how we brew them. So this is my tend to go to espresso recipe. I'm using a ristretto dose here, so we've actually got 22 grams and we're doing 40 grams out, so I've changed this slightly to make it slightly stronger, just because I need it on a night time. But we also have the Sci-Fi Blend, which is a little bit lighter roast in terms of how it comes out. These are all coffees I've made. The pictures are all coffees I've made. And yeah, we also have the Classics Blend, which is a much more richer coffee, a darker, more Italian style coffee, depending what you're into. So yeah, you can check all that out. Yeah, if you're interested, Jay's Roastery. And code Flamingo gets you 10% off your next order until the end of June as well on that. So yeah, if you're interested in coffee and you like a good coffee, you can take a look at Jay's Roastery and get some ordered. The new site, the coffee site changed about 2.5 weeks ago. It had been like a work in progress for a while to have the coffee site updated.
Incredible.
And yeah, we got that all fixed and live about 2.5 weeks ago. So maybe a little bit longer actually. When was it? Oh no, it was the 3rd. Tuesday the 3rd. It was Tuesday the 3rd of June. That's when it went live.
Tasty.
So there you go. But thank you for saying the coffee looks lush. I appreciate that. You're into watches, right? I've been offered a couple of options from my AD, but I can't make up my mind. I am into watches. I don't tend to... So I have an AD. I don't tend to buy a lot. Certainly not new watches. I tend to prefer vintage watches. I have a lot of old Amigas, World War II kind of to 1970s kind of range. But I do have a couple of new ones. I am looking for a new Speedmaster. I primarily don't want to buy a brand new one. I want to buy something that's a little bit older, probably used, that has some signs of wear to it, because it's like I want it for a workshop watch to wear while I'm in the workshop every day. So I don't want something that's pristine and brand new, because I just never wear it. Like some of the watches I have here, I don't ever wear because I'm scared of damaging them. So yeah. We like bonds. They pay my bills and fund my hobbies. Okay. See you at the GMK meetup. I'm hyped. Zed, come and say hi. Please do come say hi. We'll be there. We'll have a PT stand. We won't have much. We won't have anything for sale apart from some t-shirts and some hoodies, I don't think. But we'll do some discounts so that you'll get like a code that's live for people attending on the day. So you get a discount on the website or something. And we'll ship everything really quickly or whatever when we get back. But we'll have some t-shirts, maybe some hoodies, and we'll have some cool prototypes to show you and some rare GMK sets and maybe some other cool stuff as well. I don't know. Tengus is here as well. 4 a.m. brutal. Yeah, like we had to get an early flight to Germany just to save money. Like it was like the flights to Germany. Like if we got the flight before 7 a.m., I think it's 6:30 or something is that flight. It was over £200 cheaper each than if we got the flight later on in the day. So we're going on the cheap flights. That's it. Sadwich Bree, thank you so much for the 4 months of subs. Only 4 months because I kept forgetting to resub. Ugh, anyway, happy Sunday, and I'll be needing that coffee for work tomorrow morning. Yeah, well, if you want the coffee, please visit the website. Or if you want, the other thing you can do if you want to try our coffees is you can come to Prototypist and you can check out our keyboard and coffee mornings. Every Thursday, we're doing keyboard and coffee here at PT. Between 9:30 and 12, you can pop along, and the dates here for all of the ones that we've got scheduled. So we have one on the 19th, which is just coming up this week. We're not doing next week purely because I'm going to be in Germany and I need the time to process orders and things like that. Then when we come back, we're doing one that's a little bit shorter because I have an appointment on the 3rd of July. But then they'll be carry on going. I also want to try and do a couple of like late Sunday morning ones, like 11 till 2 or something. Not like the open days where it's kind of big events, but just quiet coffee mornings where you can come along, try some keyboards out, you know, have some nice coffee, meet the team, whatever you want. Yeah. What's your pick for DCS Accents R4J? Anything bright, like I'm trying to think of what I put it on with. But like the Carter's DCS R4 Accents kits. Like if you haven't, have we got this on the website still? Let me have a look. Is this on here? Yeah. So anything bright is my kind of go-to. So these are basically accent kits that you can pick up to match DCS. There's the GMYK set. There is the CMYK, not GMYK. CMYK. There's the CMYW. There's also like I think I prefer the brighter ones personally. Like I think it'd be the CMYW that I would go for personally. But I do like the RGB ones, like the RGB ones, RGBW. I do like those. It's the stepped caps for me though. It's the stepped controls. That's what I really like, and stepped holds. That's what I'm a huge fan of. So yeah, so it really depends on what you want to do. But like, I mean, look at that. Look how good those bright colors look. They just pop. They just pop. That's me all over. Is that? So yeah. Will you restock PT60 PCBs? Yeah, I need to order some stores. It's kind of been a delay because I want to do PT60s, but I keep meaning to sit down with Sipula and figure out what we're doing with the with those ones as well. So yeah. Sadwich Bree is partially responsible for putting it in my mind to get into keyboards. Excited for the Zoom TKL Dyna. Nice. Yeah, the Dyna's a great board. I think we're gonna get a prototype for on stream. I think need to figure that out. But yeah,
tasty.
Yeah. Blame me. How rude. Except you're entirely correct. I am guilty. Nothing to be guilty about. Just, you know, we're here to have fun and enjoy keyboards. Average Joe, thank you so much for 45 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate that. Alright, Jay, been enjoying the car Insta stories this week. Did you get to tuning the carburetors? No, not yet. The weather has prevented me doing it. For those that you don't know, I have a couple of classic cars. One of them wasn't running. I've had it for a couple of years now, and it's never run quite right. I got it pre-restored, so I didn't do the restoration on this, which I usually do. It was already restored. It's a 1976 Datsun Laurel, or Nissan Laurel, and it's a 200L edition, which means it's a 2-litre straight cam overhead cam straight 6 engine, which for most of you will mean nothing, but to me it's my favorite engine. Anyway, that runs on something called carburetors. What carburetors are is the old school answer to how do you get fuel from the fuel tank into the engine. Carburetors basically, they mix air and fuel to create an emulsion, and then they throw that emulsion at the engine, and the engine sucks it in. Modern cars use fuel injection, and that does exactly what it sounds like. It's like almost like an injection, like that you put into your arm or whatever. It's injecting fuel into the engine. Carburetors squirt fuel into the engine. It's a little bit different. So this particular car doesn't use one carburetor, it uses 3, which makes it even more complex to set up. And the carburetors that were on the car when I got it, I tried to kind of like restore them. They weren't great.
Tasty.
I ended up sending them to a specialist who was like, dude, like we can restore these for you, but it's going to be cheaper to just buy new ones. Alex Otos, thank you so much for the raid as well, dude. 158 people. Thank you so much for coming across. I hope you had
incredible.
I hope you had a great day. So the carburetors needed changing. I got 3 new carburetors for cheaper than restoring the old ones, so we did that. The old ones weren't even the correct size. It's supposed to have 45 millimeter diameter carburetors. It didn't. It had weird sizes, so I thought that might be an issue. Anyway, new ones came. I got them all fitted. I put new fuel lines in from the fuel pump all the way up to the carburetors. Got everything working, no leaks, everything's looking really, really good. Now I just need to tune the carburetors, which is not something I'm particularly good at or something I have a ton of experience with. And I can't do it inside the workshop because it means having the car running, so it has to be done outside. And that's fine, apart from it's a classic car that I don't like taking out in the rain. And the weather for the past couple of days since I got the carburetors fitted has been on and off with rain, so it hasn't actually gone for a drive yet. But I will get it done this week. Right. Welcome Mustache Men Raiders. We can go for that. I'm not going to say the other one that Kalain said, but yeah, thank you so much for people coming along. You want 2 more hours of stream? Well, we'll be streaming for a couple of hours. Love the shirt. This is from Max. This was a gift from Max Voltar, MVKB, the designer of GMK High Vis, which I have here. He sent me this t-shirt a few months ago, and it's one of my favorite shirts. So yeah. David says I learned to drive in a Laurel. Nice. Do you know what? It's one of my favorite classic cars. There's only 3 UK cars left on the road that are that were originally right-hand drive and sold in the UK. Mine's one of them, which is really cool. So yeah, pretty rare these days. Pretty rare. You'll keep tuned in for the tuning. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. We'll get to that. We will tune the car this week. I probably will put it on Insta stories because the Insta stories tend to be about everything that happens here at the workshop rather than just keyboard stuff. But in keyboard stuff news, we do have a bit of a discount for you on stream today. So for those that you don't know, we do like to do discounts on stream, and this means just as a thank you for you guys watching, there is a code that you can use that'll get you 15% off anything on the link. So the code is Stream Daddy. I did not come up with that, but it's Father's Day, so Stream Daddy is the code. And that will get you 15% off anything on that particular link. It's anything in stock that's not Protozoa stock, which is a company we absorb. So yeah. So if you want to take a look at that, I'll show you the link. This is the link. So anything on this page, you can use the code StreamDaddy and get 15% off. So if you wanted to pick up some Sonya switches, you can get 15% off those. If you wanted to pick up a boomerang keyboard kit, you can get 15% off that. And we've only got 3 boomerangs left, so you can get 15% off. So yeah, please feel free to take a look at that link. There's 11 pages of stuff. So there's a lot of different things that you could use this on, like tons of stuff, and you can get 15% off. So yeah, that's just a thank you for you watching the stream and gives you guys something to look at on the website. So yeah, why do I feel so uncomfortable using that code, Kalain? Please don't feel uncomfortable. That is not the intention. I didn't come up with the code, but it's Father's Day, so Daddy. A repair with the equivalent part isn't like a modification the insurance is concerned about. Oh, hold on. So is that in
Incredible.
relation to Rue's question? How does it work when you repair your own car if it's not your line of work with the insurance companies? Do you know what happens if you modify them? So, when you modify a car here in the UK, you are supposed to declare it to your insurance company. If you have something like a tint on the windows, the rear windows, and it's legal, you kind of don't have to report that. If you change, like, if you took my Audi, which I drive every day, the estate, and I put whole new suspension on that, because that comes like a air ride suspension from the factory. If I put whole new suspension on that, I would probably have to tell my insurance company. If I fitted bigger turbos to it, I would have to tell my insurance company. If I fitted a boost gauge, probably not. Like, it really depends on how much you're changing the characteristics of the car. If you're changing its specification, like if you just put in a new stereo in, no. But if you put in like other bits and pieces that make it quicker or make it faster or whatever else, then probably so. With classic cars, it's a little bit different. Here in the UK, once a car's over 40 years old, it doesn't have to have an annual test anymore. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is because the legislation of what your car has to comply with changes over time, and cars that are over 40 years old probably aren't going to comply with half the legislation that new cars have to, because they just didn't exist. Like, a lot of my cars don't have fog lights because they weren't required until 1981, for example. Just a random bit of information. So the vast majority of things that you can change is like for like. It's fine. So if I put another engine in the car that's the same size as the original one, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to have a test. It doesn't have to have anything done to it. If I took a classic car and put a modern sporty engine in, like an LS6 or something like that, then I would have to take it for another test called an IVA, and you'd have to declare all of those mods. So as long as it's reasonably close to its original standard specification, and it's over 40 years old, you don't have to tell anyone. If it's a new car and it changes the specification, then you have to tell your insurance company, and that's about it. That's about it. Sometimes they will charge you a little bit more. Sometimes they'll charge you a little bit more for your insurance if you have certain modifications. Like my Audi RS4 could quite easily have an ECU remap. Now that's just code on the brain of the car. To take it from 486 brake horsepower to, I think it'll go up to 760 if we did like a stage 3 or something like that, without needing any hardware changes like physical. It just be code. That'll all it be. It just be code. That you do need to declare, and that would probably add £1,000 a year to the insurance cost, because it would become a lot more. I'm comfortable being called daddy, but Kalain does not call people daddy. Today you do, sir. Today you do. I'm as old as the fog light law in the UK. I only know that because I have a car, or have had a car that was from 1981. So, actually, that's a lie. So I have a classic car, which is a Datsun 620 pickup truck. And it's actually a 1976 model car. But I found it in Thailand, and it was in a dealership, and it had been a display model for years. And when they actually registered it to not be a display model, it was 1981. So when it was shipped from Thailand over to the UK, when I imported it, it was imported as a 1981 car. Now the other side of this is that Thailand doesn't actually use the same years as we do, so they don't use like 2000, 2001 or 2025. They have their kind of own numbering system in Thailand for years, so that we had to do like a bit of conversion from that as well. Anyway, so it meant that car, even though it's now over 40 years old, when I got it, it wasn't. So to comply with legislation and make sure I could drive it on the road, I had to fit a fog light, even though it was technically manufactured before then. It just didn't have any proof of that. So yeah. Is a repair if it's an upgrade? I mean, if you just fix your water pump gasket and it's not your line of work, it's not deemed modified. No, exactly, yeah. Like, if you're putting like for like on the car, I think it's fine. Old Keeb enthusiast unite. Yeah, yeah, like, I'm pretty old. Like, I'm, 40 years old now, so, yeah. Any updates about the Cloudlands? As far as I know, they're en route to us. I'll double check Zosco. Like, it'll be on the updates pages if there's any updates. Like, the Sharon who manages that doesn't work on a weekend, so I can't ask her right now. She'll be back in tomorrow, and if there is any updates, she'll make sure they're on our updates pages. So yeah. Oz Daddy, I like that. The Thai solar calendar versus Gregorian calendar. Yeah, like I don't know how the Thai calendar works. I just, because I've imported a few cars from there now. I just know that when we look at, like, I have to send to the DVLA when I'm registering the cars for the UK. I have to send the original Thai paperwork, and then I send like a printout that explains this year in Thai is actually this year, and I send this kind of guide printed out on A4 with the registration documents, just so they don't come back and question it, and they can actually look it up themselves. So yeah, it's quite fun though. It's quite fun having to do it. David, you can't be that old, dude. I'm older than his car. Like, oh, okay. So here's the thing, David. Which car are you older than? Because I have a few. So it's not like I've been collecting classic cars for 20 years. So yeah, it's interesting. That's wild though. Never thought about stuff like that not matching up when importing something. Definitely interesting. It is because like when so much of it's dedicated around what year the car was produced, like the laws in the UK and to some extent a lot of other countries are all about when the car was manufactured as to what it needs to comply with. So yeah, like stuff like that's quite interesting. When I imported a car from the US, which was my Datsun 240Z, there was no issues with that. There was like paperwork was just straight through, like dead simple. So yeah. What's up? Love the RS4 event. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, the RS4 is my daily driver. It's a beast and significantly more drivable than an RS6 because I almost bought an RS6 and I'm really glad I didn't. Oh no, Kalane's going into a deep dive in the Ballistera calendar. Right, okay. I'm not going to read that because they'll just get me on a tangent. Right, like we talked about cars now. PT news. So I talked about the discounts we have. You can get 15% off anything in stock whilst we're streaming with the code StreamDaddy. Well, not anything in stock, on the link that's that should be pinned, I think. If Jelly's around, Jelly, could you pin that for me? I can do it. I've pinned it. There we go. Pinned it. Right, and we're going to have Bezos visiting in a second, so it's probably a good time for me to go over some of the other updates. So we've talked about the F1s, the F1 ATEXs, which are about to arrive imminently. They should be at port today. I'm hopeful that we'll get them towards the back end of this week, and then we can get everything shipped out prior to me going away to GMK at the end of the month. So that's kind of the plan there. From there, we also have some other stuff coming from GMK this week. I think it's a modern materials restock. So if you are looking for modern materials, then we'll have that back in stock because I know we've sold out of it at the moment. So I think we'll have both the stone base kit, the concrete base kit, and the accents because I know they sold out last week. So if you're watching that, yeah, do take a look at that. What else have we got going on this week? The other thing we need to do is prep for Germany. So I'm in two minds as to whether to ship things to Germany and just ship a couple of boxes to Germany for things to show, or if I don't know if he's watching, Crispy's was talking about driving over there. We're flying, but if he's driving, I might just see if I can shove a case in his car, some stickers, that kind of stuff, and some keyboards and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see. He only reads when I say PP or daddy PP. So so that's all going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Any more Type R's coming? Yeah, we'll have Type R's. We're waiting for a Type R Switch restock. I've been speaking to the person who's been arranging that stock for us, and I have told them I want to order more. I'm just waiting for an invoice to pay so that we can get them actually shipped over to us. I don't know when it'll be, but we will get more in stock. Does Chris not have the world's tiniest boot? Well, yeah, maybe I will ship them. I'll have a chat with them tomorrow. I'll probably just ship them. Yeah, we'll probably just ship them. It might be easier. You've got me thinking now. Because if I ship them on Wednesday this week, they'll be there on Friday, which means they'll be there a good week before we get there. Okay, I think we'll do that. I think we'll ship them. You have me thinking out loud now. I think we'll ship them. Maybe I'll just send like a box of hoodies with Chris, and then when he gets there, he can just take the box out of his boot, and we'll go with that. I think. Maybe something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's plenty of time to figure it out. I've got a week and a half. Then once we're back from GMK, I'm supposed to be going to the Formula One at Silverstone at the end of the month, and I've got a ticket for the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. I think just given how busy we are, I'm probably going to have to cancel that because we have another shipment arriving. So, well, it's depending on how far we get through the F1s, I might have to cancel that trip and not go to Silverstone. If we haven't done the F1s before I go to Germany, that's what I'll have to do. The reason for that is we need to get the F1s out really quickly and shipped as soon as we can because we have another container arriving from China, which is due to hit port, I think, on the 3rd of July. So, yeah, so we fly out to Germany on the 27th, we get back on the 30th, and then 3 days later a ship arrives at port. So we only have like 3 to 5 days after we get back to make sure everything's shipped and the workshop's empty so that we can accommodate the next shipment from China. So it becomes quite a logistical nightmare there. So whilst we won't get the container on the 3rd here at the workshop, it'll just arrive at port then. Realistically, we'll probably get that around the 8th to 12th of the month. And if I go away and we haven't shipped the F1s, then we probably won't get everything shipped before that comes back. So Silverstone at the moment is on hold for me. Like, I want to go to the Formula One. I love the sport. I really want to be there, but work is sometimes more important, and that's what we're going to have to do it. So excited for the Spider TKL. Yeah, they're in the next shipment, so they won't be too far away. Do the F1 so you can see the F1. Yeah. Apparently, Black and Gold were shipping to vendors mid-July. So GMK have not confirmed that to us directly. We asked last time, and they were quoting the first week in August for that to ship, but we can check that. Any exciting things coming in? Yeah, there's a ton of stuff that's going to be for in stock, which I can't tell you about everything. Let me see if I've got a list of everything that's coming in the next shipment to hand. So there's Milky Way Alhambra R2, there's the Petrichor keyboards, there's a load of QK80s Neo products, QK products and Neo products, sorry. There is Cloudline screws listed there. I hope the boards are in there as well. Ton of Neo 60 stuff. The Seal Cosmos edition. We've got the Bowl bowls. So these are the bowls that Bowl, the designer, keyboard designer, sells. We've got Monarchy Systems keycaps. We've got the GMK Future Funk desk mats. We've got the Lava keyboards. We've got MWJ Dragon. KCH War Maiden. We've got a ton of PBS blanks coming. We've got Clacky Cat desk mats. We've got the Optica keyboards. We've got the Spider keyboard. And we've got some other bits and pieces as well coming. So that's everything that I can see that's coming in the next shipment, which is due to arrive early July. Plus the F1s as well. So there's always tons of stuff coming. Always tons of stuff coming. Super looking forward to my Spider TKL. I went with a silver anno and those crazy washed looking weights. Rob, dude, the washed weights look fantastic. I got a pink one that I built and had to send back, and I wish I'd kept it. I wish I'd been able to keep it. So yeah. With my current UPS look, I'm still tempted to ask you to hold the F1 and whatever's in the next container and come and fetch. You'd be more than welcome to. Will you have extras available for the Spider TKL? Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Message and show gave the package another kick for good measure. Bowls by bowl. Yeah, bowls. Bowls. Yeah. We've also got some stuff coming this week that's going to go straight to in stock, I think. So I think we've got the Gateron X R4s coming tomorrow. They should arrive tomorrow. There's also some other stuff coming as well. Some keycap sets. Did we? I've got Pelican coming from KBD fans and some Win 98 coming from KBD fans and something else coming from them as well. And there is also some keycaps that are going in stock that are coming with the unlubed Gateron XR4 switches. I can't remember what's in that, but there is a load of stuff going to drop in stock this week as well, which is really exciting. Thursdays are a good day for collection. Yeah, we do the coffee mornings as well, so yeah. There is always coffee anyway, but yes. Nice strong magnets in the bottom. Yeah, the bowl bowls are really cool. We had them ordered for ages and we were going to airship them over. And for some reason they got loaded straight into the shipment. I think they arrived on the cutoff day for this container that's on its way leaving China. So by the time our warehouse in China processed them and said they're here, we'd gone, oh, well, we'll airship those. They're like, oh, too late. They're already on the ship. And it's like, dang it. But yeah, they are really, really good. They are really, really we wouldn't have bought them if they weren't good. So yeah. Right, I think that's everything for PT news. I think that's everything. Let's have a look at the website together and I will tell you. So, what do I need to tell you about that I haven't told you about? Stock drops are coming. We dropped Sloth, Hyperbage, Motif, and Beta and JS are 2 pre-orders. So the group buys happened for these recently, but the pre-orders are now available. Excuse me. So if you've missed those, you can now pick those up. The Parabolica 60. If you didn't see our build last week, the Parabolica 60 is fantastic as a keyboard. It is so nice, and this is now available. If there's a picture of the bottom, like there's some really cool machining details here on how this works. Like you can see here, this little slip that the brass weight sits in. It's so nice. If you're looking for a really good 60%, the Parabolica is probably where I'd be at right now. Someone else also mentioned the Zoom TKL Dyna keyboard kit. Like this polycarbonate one, like this is what I asked for as a review unit, because how good does this look with the screen up here, the knob? How good does that look in the polycarbonate? It just looks so good. So good. And there's not a bad color choice for this as well. Every single colorway slaps. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I cannot find a picture of this board that looks bad. Like, every single picture I look at just looks fantastic. There isn't a bad picture or a bad colorway choice. Like, look at it. Every colorway is just a banger. I don't know how they've managed this, because, like, yeah. Oh yeah, that's all of the combinations. Look how many combinations you can have. Look at them all. It's crazy. Yeah, every single color slaps on this. The aquamarine is really nice if you like that kind of thing. A British Racing Green, Forest Green edition. The polycarbonate one is super nice. Yeah, I'm just a huge fan of that board. It is really nice. I'm looking forward to getting one. Yeah, don't forget also there is Jay's favorites on here as well. If you want to see any items I've personally bought from the store, as soon as I buy it, it gets added to this collection. So there's some code in the background that, like, there's a picture of me in Barcelona. What a terrible picture. I've lost like I don't know, 15 kilos since then, something like that. Yeah, but anything that's in this list, this is something that I personally have bought and own, and it's either in the collection there or you've seen it on a keyboard. So you can always take a look at that as well. If you're ever interested in about us, there is details about Prototypists on here and where we come from and everything else. There's my Z. Look, there it is. That's the Datsun. There it is. So yeah, do take a look at those as well. And don't forget, there's the discount on at the minute too. Coffee, if you're interested in coffee, Jay's Roastery, Flamingo gets you 10% off your next order, valid until the end of the month. Jay's Roastery, 3 different coffees, more coming soon. I think we finally cracked the decaf, so True Crime will be coming soon. At the minute we've got a Fiction Blend, Sci-Fi Blend, and Classics Blend. Look out for True Crime and a single Origin as well, which is yet to be named. But they should be in stock soon as well on Jay's Roastery. We talked about good keyboard, and yeah, okay, we'll do a little Geek Hack review later on as well. Cool. Loving the pinks from the coffee mug and the watch today. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Pink is my favorite color. Parabolica is in group buy right now, Niku. Yeah, it's really nice. Like, really, really nice. Black and gold, last comment. Let's have a look at this. This is... Last week, Black and Gold is currently in production. Shipping to vendors scheduled for mid-July. There was a delay in commencement of production whilst awaiting material shipment. That might be more recent than the news I have, but the news I have was that we were still expecting August, so don't know. Can you show off Motif? It looks incredible. I can. I don't have a set of Motif, obviously, because it's still being made, but if you go to Motif here, this is quite possibly one of my favorite ever GMK sets. Like, it is sparkly, it is colorful, it is just fantastic. Like, we've never seen in keyboards, we rarely see designs like this. It is just one of the best keycap sets I've seen in a long time. This whole confetti look, it's just phenomenal. And the fact that it's split in terms of color from white to black alphas or cream to black alphas, really, really nice. These are double shot and UV printed, so you'll see that, like, there's on some of them there's 2 colors that are double shot and then there's a pad print over the top. So I think that this pink keycap here, I think the blue is double shot and then the white is pad printed over the top. So it's kind of combining multiple effects like Max Voltar did on High-Vis and Expo and a few other sets as well. We're just seeing some really, really cool designs now. Yeah, look at these renders. These renders are really cool. There is some sample pictures, I think, floating around somewhere. But I think this is going to be a banger of a set. It's going to be really, really cool. I just love the look of it. Like, it's just such a strong design. It's not for everyone. It's going to be Marmite. I get that, but it's just so nice. Cables, everything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just looks so good. Really, really good. Did you fix the PCB for the Parabolica? Oh, for the Parabolica, I haven't tested it. So the board that we got wet in shipping to me, and I just don't want to test a wet PCB. No, so I have to send the board back anyway. But it sounds really, really good. If I could be using that board right now, it'd be on my desk right now. Hyperbeige without the UK ISO, heartbreak. I know. I wish we could do it in every set, but unfortunately, it just does not sell. We've talked about it before. Any idea how GMK decides which sets to offer international kits for on their own site? I don't know how they make that decision. I do know that it makes everything more expensive when they do. So I don't know how they make it, no. Already purchased a Parabolica, cannot wait. Trojan, you won't be disappointed. Rob says Parabolica is pretty slick, really considering grabbing one. Yeah, if you didn't watch my stream last week, go back and watch it because I do talk about how some of the really cool details on how it's machined. Getting the PC version, looking forward to it. Nice. What's the latest with the Jane V3s? So the rubber hose Jane V3s are still in production. I think the Hakus or the rubber Hakus are just about done, but the Janes are still being made. And then there is the Lamb/Red Alert Jane 2.5s. Those were just raffled this weekend, I think.
Tasty, tasty.
Old bases are so based. Originative Hyperfuse had a UK ISO, such a shame. Yeah, like I wish that we could put UK ISO in more base kits. The issue is it costs about $9 to add it to a base kit, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's the difference between a $99 base kit and a $110 base kit, it just means that the sales tank. Like that's the biggest issue about it. It's $9 that everybody has to pay for maybe 10 people who use it. Because not every GMK set is bought by everyone in the UK. Every GMK set has, let's be generous and say that, you know, in the UK, every GMK set sells 50 units. Of that 50, maybe you know, 20% of those use UK ISO, everyone else uses ANSI. So they're just I wish the numbers stacked up for UK ISO, but they really don't. And then we do things like when we buy the UK ISO kit out, like we did for Evil Dolch, like we bought it out and we sell it at cost. In fact, I think it's like £1 less than cost. I think when you include VAT, like that's actually what it cost us. So we're actually losing 20% on them, I think. No one buys the ISO kits. Like we've still got over 50 of them sat around just doing nothing because no one wanted the UK ISO kit. We sold out of every single size and shape base kit for Evil Dolch, and I think we sold like 5 in stock UK ISO kits. And like just nobody wanted it. So it's really, really difficult to fund it. But when we do key sets of our own, like we did JOG and the NW by PT stuff, any of the keycap sets that we do, so you can get black on white. This has UK ISO in base. UK ISO keys, look. UK ISO in base. And we did white on black as well. These are in stock right now. You can pick these up and they're less than 50 quid. UK ISO in base. And macro keys, because we're bringing back the JO1. So it also has the M1 keys here. Look, M1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Has the M keys there as well. JOG as well. We did, which is even cheaper, 45 quid. And this has got UK ISO in base as well. When the pictures load. Well, it's kind of all over, but UK ISO is here. Look, the 2 and the 3 there, and then I think the ISO keys here, yeah, and then you've got the rest of the UK ISO keys there. So yeah, we'll put it in as many sets as we can, and like we got Kikobo to agree to do UK ISO kits at cost, so that we can give them away for free a couple of years back. I will try and get it everywhere I can, but people just don't buy it. That's the problem. Like there's a small minority of about 25 people in the UK who actually use UK ISO who are into the hobby, and that makes it really hard because those 25 people obviously can't buy every keycap set. Like, that's untenable for anyone to do. So it's interesting and it's difficult, but I wish we could do more for you guys. I really, really do. Just noticed you have a POM plate cutting service. I want to do it for a 75%. I'm not seeing a 75% option. Just use the TKL one. Somewhere Chief, just do use the TKL one. If the discount code works for that, please don't use it, because the cost of running the laser and the cost of a sheet of POM is already more than what we charge. So we don't make anything at all. Like, it costs us about £4 for every plate we cut. Like, we lose about £4 for every plate we cut. So if I've set up the code so you can use it on the POM plate cutting service, please don't use it. If you do use it, I will honor it, but just bear in mind that we're already losing money on that, because POM is expensive as material and electricity is expensive in the UK right now. So every plate, like, is just at a loss. So just bear that in mind. Geekhack Light. Yeah, Geekhack Light. Akuko Labs is fantastic. He's a really nice guy as well. Any chance of extras on the Motif 65? Yes, I think so. I think we'll have extras of the Motif 65. The set is mad. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Nui Legends, though. Tengus. They're not terrible. The Nui Legends are fine. They're fine. Move with the times. Animushki, thank you so much for the 8 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate you. Any JO1 news? Haven't heard anything for a while. JO1s are on hold. So this is probably actually big PT news that is, like, internal. The reason why JO1 has been on hold is, it's no secret, over the past couple of years we've had to bail out a number of vendors and businesses who have basically cooked people and fucked them over. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get quite verbal on this because it frustrates the hell out of me. But there have been a number of vendors around the world that have gone bankrupt or closed down, owing people money, owing people product, and we've been able to help in some instances to make sure that people get their product. We've been able to. Sometimes we've been forced into it, like with Cactus and GMK Euler. Against my will, we were kind of held hostage on that one. And there's a whole raft of other things. Now, ultimately, that means that PT over the last financial year and this financial year that we're currently in, we run November to November financial year. So November 23 to November 24, and then November 24 to now, there is probably £900,000 that we have lost due to other vendors not shipping out product. Like my Key Club, for example, owed us 6 figures on keyboards and just disappeared, and we had to give everyone refunds. So we had we had spent 6 figures on boards with them that they never produced, and then I had to refund 6 figures, so I lost out double. Okay, so it's about 900 grand in total across all of it. Luckily, we have enough stuff that sells in stock at a small margin. We aim for 5 to 10%. That means we've been able to keep afloat. But my accountant is going to the workshop on Tuesday to discuss our annual results, because for the first time we're going to have to post a loss, and that loss is basically due to other vendors costing us money. Okay, that has ultimately meant that the JO1 project, the final edition, and the JO3 have been on hold, and I don't want to put those into production until I can financially guarantee their safety and success. And at the minute, that's just a lot of money that I need to recoup from selling stuff in stock, from new products coming along that we've already bought, until we can kind of plug that gap. So yeah, like it's on hold, and that's it. That's where it's at for you, Rugdush. Like, I was speaking to someone else about this, and they were like, "Oh, but if you run those, you'll just make a lot of money, and you'll be able to do it." And it's like, well, we won't make a ton of money, but we'd have some money come in. I think the JO1 is still in demand enough that we'd sell enough units, or I like to think it is. I think the JO3 would do quite well as well, but I don't like to run our own internal project unless I can fully underwrite them. And realistically, those 2 projects are probably going to cost £250,000. I want to make sure that when we send that off to production, we don't just have the money for production. We have enough money sat to one side, tucked away in an account that no one touches, that will underwrite the whole project. And right now, because of the losses we've had to other vendors, don't have that. Don't have it. So yeah. Where do we enter coupon code? Checkout. At checkout. Double ISO enters, really committing to the ISO. Yeah, so on the on the Milky Way PT sets, there are 2 ISO enters, and they do come with 2 ISO enters. That was because I didn't realize that they'd actually rendered it with 2 ISO enters. Let me show you. So here you'll see, look, we have an ISO enter just there, and then here we have ISO enter, ISO enter, ISO enter. It does come with both of them. The original plan was for it only to come with 1. And for some reason, when they sent over the final renders for me to check, I did not see that they had put 2 in. So so all the sets come with 2. Like when you go through the keys, oops. Yeah, look, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right there. Yeah, they do come with 2. Which is one of those silly things. Says gift card not valid. The code is only valid for the stuff on the link. The 15% off is only valid for the stuff on the link. It won't work on everything. It will only work on the stuff in the link. Solve the lack of UK ISO demand with this one trick, recolonization. Maybe. They're all in this chat room, the degenerates. Probably. Kajahata. Yeah. You're completely right. The legends weren't terrible. They were fine. We didn't need new ones. No, that's not what I meant, Tengus. Like, the old legends are good, don't get me wrong. But there is nothing wrong with moving with the times and having new stuff come along as well. Some people like new things. You don't have to. That's fine. You stick with your old school cherry. Let new people have new things. 900k? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being real. Dude, like, yeah, it's a whole thing. Makes sense about the J1. Thanks for the explanation. Good that you want to make sure to do it right. I wish we'd done the JO1 last year. I really do wish we'd done the JO1 last year in terms of plan. Because then they would be out by now. They'd be in people's hands by now. And I wish other vendors hadn't left us in the lurch. The one that really, 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 really pisses me off is Captus keycaps. So for those of you who don't know, Captus keycaps were the US vendor for GMK Euler, which is a really cool set, and the guy who designed it is a fantastic guy. He's really friendly, he's really nice, and he's great. Now the lead vendor, so you can already tell that this is a bad story because I'm talking about a vendor that's gone bust. Okay, so the lead vendor of GMK Euler, which was all maths based about Euler the mathematician and everything else, the lead vendor was mykeyboard.eu. And mykeyboard.eu was supposed to be the people that were in charge of going to GMK, getting quotes, getting production renders signed off, getting colours signed off, getting the coloured samples from GMK to the designer, having him approve them, send them back, and all of that liaising in between GMK. 9 months after the group buy closed, Gabriella, who's one of the reps at GMK, reached out to me and said, Jay, we can't get my keyboard to do this. You were one of the other vendors. Can you pick it up? I was like, great. Sure, not a problem. Within 6 weeks, I'd got everything done. Banderole created, boxing art produced, colour samples from GMK to the designer, 2 rounds of colour samples, all signed off, all approved, keycap set ready to make. Goes into production. GMK reach out to me and they go, Jay, we have a problem. You've paid your invoice. My keyboard had actually, I believe they paid their invoice as well. And all the other vendors paid their invoice apart from Captus keycaps. Now, Captus keycaps were not a registered GMK vendor, which means they weren't licensed to sell GMK products, but they were the US vendor. And the idea was originally that the Captus keycaps set would be on the My Keyboard invoice. My Keyboard would pay for theirs and Captus sets, and then they would My Keyboard would directly invoice Captus, and Captus would pay My Keyboard. Now, that's not that unusual in this hobby. Like, things like that happen all the time. But because My Keyboard were non-responsive, they were like, oh, Captus still want their caps. And Captus at the time was still speaking to me. They were still talking to me. They were still messaging me. And I said, right, okay, fine. Send me their invoice and I'll pay it as one of mine and I'll get the money back off Captus keycaps. So they sent the invoice over to GMK. I paid it straight away because production needed to start. It was important. And then I went to Captus. And this is a lot of money. Like more than my, triple what, my entire team earns a year in salaries. Yeah, easily triple. More than, probably even quadruple. Anyway, so they sent the bill. I paid the bill. And then I went to Captus. I'm like, are you guys still good for this? They were like, yes, send us an invoice. We'll pay it off straight away. Sent them the invoice. Didn't think anything of it. carried on going through the process, got all the colours signed off, whatever else. It goes into production. GMK reached out a couple of weeks later, or a couple of months later, and said, right, Jake, the sets are ready to ship. We're going to ship yours and Cactus's to you. And I was like, great, fantastic. And I reached out to Cactus and like, guys, so you're going to pay your invoice. It's been outstanding for, a couple of months now. Need you to pay your invoice. The keycap sets are en route to me. The day I get them, if you've paid your invoice, I'll just box yours up and send it straight on to you. No response. No reply. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. A couple of days later, the keycap sets arrived. Another message out to Cactus. Guys, can you pay your bill? I've got your sets. They're sat here waiting. No reply. A week later, one of the Cactus customers comes to me and says, Jay, when are you going to send me my set? I'm like, I'm not sure what you mean. Turns out that Cactus had gone to all of their customers and said in an email that all the key sets were with me, which was true, and that I was going to cover the cost of shipping the sets to everyone in the US that had ordered one. Cactus did not ask me this beforehand. They did not pay me their invoice, and they did not pay me for the shipping cost. But they emailed every single customer and said, I'm going to send over your shipping details to Jay because he is going to ship your set out. He has your set. No one complained to Cactus. Everyone then complains at me because they think I'm holding on to something. So I was left in limbo. I had no choice but to not only foot the bill for Cactus's keycaps, like that he then took the money off and spent the money on whatever else. So I had to pay for production. I then had to pay international shipping for hundreds of sets from PT UK to the US based customers. And that was like, $25, $26 per base kit. So yeah. So like when stuff like that happens, it's like, what do you do? Like, I had two choices. Like, either I could piss off every single customer in the US that bought the set and say, no, this is not true or whatever, or I could just suck it up and pay for it. And when things like that happen, so there's other examples of this, like Rama Works. I really should not be telling you all this. As a vendor, I should not be telling you all this. Like, this should be stuff that stays behind the curtain, right? So I apologize. But like, then we've got other companies like Rama Works, where we've paid for hundreds of thousands of dollars of products over time, and it doesn't ship. It just never ships. We never get it. And then we end up getting, so with a load of Rama caps, we paid Rama for them. They got produced, but Rama never paid the manufacturer for them. The manufacturer actually reached out to me and said, Jay, do you want these products that you've sold to customers at the same price as what Rama paid for them? I was like, great, yeah. So we ended up having to pay for them twice. We paid Rama, which was pretty much triple the actual factory price for the product, and then we paid the manufacturer again for the products. So we paid for them twice. So we made a loss on the products just to get them for customers, and it's so frustrating that this happens so much in the keyboard hobby, because the list of vendors where this has happened, Mex & Co, My Keyboard, Cactus Keycaps, there is a massive Project Keyboard, there's a massive list of all of these vendors. Like I don't have a list to hand, but there is a ton of them. My Key Club, massive losses there. Had to refund every single keyboard that we bought from them. And that was 6 figures twice. 6 figures in refunds, 6 figures in lost boards that we paid my Key Club for. It's crazy. It's crazy. MW replaced the R4 pipe slash with an enter and called it good. The R4 pipe slash is included. There's full UK ISO in those 6 moons, and double ISO enters. It was just a mistake. It wasn't that one was supposed to be text and one was supposed to be icon. They were both supposed to be icon. Well, there was only supposed to be one. I just didn't see it in the final render. That's all it was. I'm happy the new GMK font exists because it saves me money on all the sets I won't buy for using it. That's fair, man. But other people might like it. I made sure I only have stuff on the non-Protozol link in my checkout. Still invalid. I mean, I've been testing it here and people have used it, so it definitely works.
Tasty.
It is only valid for 1 use per customer. So, yeah. Yeah, it's still valid. So you can get 15% off anything on that particular collection. It's only stuff on that link. There's no minimum purchase required. All customers are eligible. Only 1 use per customer. It ends at 11 PM tonight, or when the stream ends, whichever comes first. So yeah, if it's not working, hard refresh. Newfie, hey man, good to see you. Sorry for my lateness because I was watching the F1. I'm going to watch it when I get home. I'm using Euler right now. Great set. You're the MVP for rescuing it. Dude, I didn't... my hand got forced. Like, I probably would have done it anyway because I like people to get the things they paid for, but I felt so forced into that one that it frustrates me. So on the website on computer doesn't have a coupon code field on a gift card. If you use Shop app on phone, it is applying it. Yeah, like it'll do it. Like if you're on desktop, there's a coupon code field in checkout or in cart. It'll work in both of those. If you're on the Shop app, we technically don't support the Shop app because we're not valid for it here in the UK. Shopify sometimes publish some of our products in the US on it, I think, but technically it shouldn't work in the UK because we don't qualify here in the UK to use the Shop app. Because not all of our products are in stock, some are pre-order. Yeah. It's a damn shame that vendors that screw the community over also ended up screwing over some of the best vendors. Huge thanks to you guys. It's guys like you and NK Mike for doing all you have. Yeah, like it's the least we can do, right? It's the least we can do. That is extra messed up. Yeah. Give him a pitchfork. I'm on it. I wrote a blog post about it because I was so frustrated about it at the time. Gemma, hey, thanks for being here. I hope you had a really good day today. They left you in the dirt. Yeah, like, it's still not stuff I should share, though, really. Is the whole thing with Rama done? Are there still legal proceedings? Yeah, so Rama's company is currently going through liquidation in Australia. Our account is with the liquidators there, and hopefully at some point we'll get a payout based on what we were owed. The last time I spoke to them, they said we would get 7 cents for every Australian dollar owed. That was their estimate, which it's hardly worthwhile filling out the time. There's a website like Keyboard Graveyard or something. There is, yes, there is. Telvin, thank you so much for 2 years of subs. Happy PT birthday. No, the pipe slash is there. Yeah, thanks, Moons. Yeah, I appreciate that. Just can't look at the newer legends and not see the flaccid ISO and numpad enters. Yeah, that's fair. Why does up say up? Arrows are fine. Wait, on what? On Nui? Wait, what set are you on about, Moons? What set are you on about? I don't know what set you're talking about. Kimmy Babes, thank you so much for 25 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate it.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. The blue one? Wait, what? Blue one? I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for the stream, Jake. Gotta run up early tomorrow. Hope you all had a great weekend. Thanks, David. Take care, man. Where's Ivan and Bunny Lake? Wow. There is a load missing off there, Tangus. Like, I don't know who owns that site. I wish I did. I got told about it a couple of weeks ago. And I did drop it into Simon's DMs because I thought he'd giggle at it. Yeah. Oh, Rama's on there now. So Rama wasn't on there before, and Loop Twitches is on there now. So right, I'm gonna share this Keyboard Graveyard. Hold on. This is kind of interesting. So this is the Keyboard Graveyard website. I don't know who built it. I was told about it from a friend. I did drop this in Simon's DMs. He never replied to me, so I don't know if he ever looked at it or not. And I did that like before the I think it was before I was on Good Keyboard Friends podcast. But RamaWorks wasn't on there before, but now it is. Holy shit, where to even begin with RamaWorks? Cheated on his ex-girlfriend Kate, who's really the backbone and brains of the company, and then sued her. Took group buy funds for various projects and bought expensive stuff like McLaren's, an expensive house in the millions. Yeah. After making keyboards, he went off the deep end and started making dumb shit like chess sets. I never did get my chess set. Baseball bats, mini cars, lighters, planters, his own jumpsuit for use when he eventually ends up in prison, ducks, etc. Basically doing everything in his power to not deliver on keyboards and keycaps and making stuff no one even asked for in his feeble attempt to project the company as the next Apple. Well, I don't think that's wrong. Loop switches. So this is another recent one that's cost me a small fortune with GMK Nerve and then trying to fix the Lava project. Just your usual lack of communication, not fulfilling orders. Also taking on commissions like Cerakoting keyboards, but just holding on to the keyboard and never sending back. Pretty much did this shit for years. Some of these aren't bad, like some of these are good, like the Picatinny one. Stand-up guy that had twin babies and focused on family after dwindling customer interest in custom keyboards, mainly known for macro pads that mounted to the other side of desks. Like the keyboard, like this website, Keyboard Graveyard, isn't all about bad people. It's just about stuff that's disappeared. Some of it's bad and some of it's okay. Zion Studios, have they finally gone under? A bunch of their employees were retired, probably because they were burning money. Just look at the inflated position names: Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Chief Marketing Director. Interesting. Wow. Key company, TKC did alright, but had their fair share of controversy with things like delayed shipping of group buys, colour matching issues with desk mats and keycaps, and Terry Matthews being a dick to a bunch of people. At least TKC shut down gracefully, as opposed to a lot of the places here and there had a closing sale. So yeah, I liked the way that TKC did close down, because they literally came out to the hobby and said, right, it's not viable for us to run anymore, we're going to close down, you can get a discount on everything we have in stock, right? That's a good way of doing it. Interesting. WSD keyboards have gone. Interesting. Yeah, they did custom printed sets like what Key Creative does with Yuzu now. Interesting that they've gone. Kono, yeah. Kono was an offshoot of Input Club. It was kind of sketchy from the start, having brought Andrew in from Drop. Yeah. Oh, Peak Design, PLX. Yeah, I have PLX somewhere. My keyboard, Cactus. Cactus is on here, look. Made some shitty artisans, sold some key sets, failed to pay for GMK for the Euler set, sent out an email blast to all affected customers promising that prototypists would cover their sets cost with GMK and international shipping from UK to US with no discussion, then dipped. There it is. Like, I don't know who wrote this, but yeah, it's true. Oh, Monarchy are on here as well. So interestingly, Monarchy messaged me the other day. So they still owe us the systems keyboards. I pray that they're going to deliver on those. It kind of worries me that they're on here. But they messaged me the other day because there is potentially a collaboration that we're going to pick up here in the UK with, if you guys are into cars, with Liberty Walk. We'll see. Zap Cables, MK Ultra, Shuru Design, Summit Cables, gosh, Keyclack. Keyclack was good. That's a long time ago. Switch Top, Mex & Co. Mex & Co were really, really nice. Not Mex. I was thinking of, not Mex & Co, sorry. I was thinking of Chewy and Osiris. Mex on Deck. Sorry, not those. Oh, the site's not quite rendering that. Mex on Deck, look, there you go. Yeah, Chewy and Osiris. That's what I was thinking of. Mex on Deck, not Mex & Co. Wow. Wait, is Keycaps gone? I thought they were still around. Lives on as a non-functional zombie storefront to this day. I thought those guys were still around. Project Keyboard. 2022. Is it really 3 years since they went under? That's crazy. Oh, the Thok was good. Vogon was really nice. He did a cool podcast. That was cool. I was on that as well years and years ago. Caps Unlocked. Yeah. ran a number of group buys for his own keyboard designs, went bankrupt, infamously beaten up by Zonda at a UK keyboard meetup. That is so far from the truth. It's so funny. That is so far from the truth. Wow. Top Clack. Is it really 4 years since Top Clack finished? Crazy. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. If anyone knows who runs this, I'd love to speak to them. Where's Send Keys? Yeah. I don't know. Right, let me catch up with chat anyway. Kevin Babes, we did your sub. The issue I can replicate the issue Arizona was having the Boomerang keyboard kit. It seems because the PCBs count as a customizer. So it's only showing a gift card box at checkout instead of discount code or gift card. Oh, okay. So it might be with the okay, it's the Boomerang keyboard kit. It's because you have the options to select. Yeah. So it's only showing a gift card box at checkout instead of discount code or gift card. Okay. Interesting. Let me see if I can replicate that. So let me see. So what you're saying is the Boomerang keyboard kits. If we add this to cart, if we add this to cart, view cart. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's no. Oh, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, let me go to checkout. Does the code not work in the gift card one? I wonder why it's not giving us the... This is interesting. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why it's not working for that. There should be a option here to put in the code. Why is there no option there? Let me see if I can fix this. Interesting. Okay. Is it working for other stuff? Hold on. Let's just take that out of the cart. Hold on. Remove. Right. Okay. So let's open up the link directly. Okay. So this is everything that should qualify. Let's just try and add DCS Sport Walk its base. Base to the car. View car. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Click on checkout. Interesting. Interesting. That's really bizarre. So it works. For some reason, whenever we use Hulk, so we use an app called Hulk to generate product options. So when you're looking at the Boomerang, do we still have it here? So when we're looking at Boomerang, the app that generates this section here is called Hulk Product Options, and it allows us to just put one product in stock and then have customers pick options. I wonder if that is preventing the discount code from showing. I wonder if there's a setting for that. So there is a setting for it. I'm going to show you this here. There is a setting for it which says enable discount code box with Shopify's express checkout buttons. That is enabled, so that should work. Okay, hold on. I might be able to do this bit though. Oh. Maybe that will fix. Hold on. Fixed. It is all fixed. We had an option turned off. Look, StreamDaddy code is working on there now. So you might just need to do a hard reset. There you go. Look. StreamDaddy is working. It is working. The StreamDaddy code is working on the Boomerang on the Boomerang board set. There you go. We have fixed it. We have fixed it live. So thank you, BMT. That helped. That really, really helped. We got through that. Have you had any updates about the ISO plate file for the Cloudline? I think Justin is sending me the plate file and I will make it ISO. So yeah. We tried really hard to find a Rama baseball bat for Jay's most recent. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Wonder how McLaren did today. Don't make me laugh. I don't want to know. I will watch the race later. Lube's holidays are absent from his, notably. Yeah, well, we won't talk about that. Jack's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. I've never spoken to him directly, but I have like a Picketeer pad just underneath my desk here that allows me to control the stream, which I forget is there and never use, but I do have one. Where's Sankey's? Yeah, I think Ball will be added to that list at some point. Liberty Walk? Yeah. We're looking at it. Like, it's expensive, but we're looking at it. Keyboards on Liberty Walk? Yeah. Yeah, so the stuff in Japan might be coming here. Keyclub was always a great place in the day to get stuff. Still kicking myself for getting GMK Hydro back in the day. I have a set of GMK Hydro over there. It's really cool. The last time I bought some desk pads from Kono, they were so cheap and mediocre that even AliExpress ones can be considered high-end compared to those. Yeah, so here's a story about some Kono desk mats. Years and years ago, we ran a set called GMK Alpine, and Kono, I can't remember if they were the vendor or not for the set, but they were the ones producing desk mats. I don't know which desk mat provider they use, but they sent us the desk mats, and I took one look at them and just put them to one side, and I rebought them from our desk mat manufacturer because they were so much better. Wonder what happened to the top clap guys. Hello. Did Jay dox his mobile number? It's on the website, so like if you Google prototypist keyboards, I'm pretty sure my phone number comes up. So like I'm sure it comes up. Yeah. So look, like you Google prototypist keyboards, and we come up straight away, and my phone number is there. Like there is no secrets there. The address is there. The phone number's there. Yeah, there are no secrets when it comes to PT. Troubleshoot the shit out of it. Yeah, Bill of live stream debugging, nice. Pretty sure that's Captain Reed's mobile number. maybe. Yeah. So anyway, you should now be able to get the Boomerang keyboard kit with the discount code. It should now work. Right. Okay, I did promise you keyboard content today, and we've talked for an hour and 25 minutes about everything, and we haven't done it. So let's talk about some keyboard stuff. Right. First things first. I have something cool to show you. I'm going to finish this coffee, even though it's cold now. Right. These are keycaps. And these are keycaps from Creative. And I want you to tell me what you notice about them if I show one up close. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. I need to get like the setup that Simon has for this. Tell me what you notice about this keycap here. Tell me what you notice about this keycap. I'll give you a clue. That is double shot. There is a white shot and a beige shot. One, two, three, four. Let me show you the same key in black. One color, two color, three color, four. Double shot. What is this voodoo, I hear you ask? Creative have come up with something really cool. So I actually have a really cool set of keycaps here. These are some tearaway keycaps where you can see how the molds actually work. So what you can see is you can see that this is the internal shot here, and this here is the external shot. There's a hair on this one. You can see that every legend is raised. That's how the legends are made. You can see the 4 there is raised. Same for the $sign, same for this little logo, same for the euro, and same for the front legends. They are all double shot. They are all raised off the surface, and you can see that the top layer is poured around it. So that's how the keycaps are made. Now what they're doing is they're producing this internal shot first, and then they're die subbing each individual thing a different color, then putting the top cap on top. So you put the double shot on top, which means you get super cool stuff like this. So all of those are this white double shot internally, but then just these bits are die subbed in that particular color. So that means you can have what looks like a triple shot keycap when it's really only double shot. This is such cool stuff. Like, this gives you so many possibilities to do so many different things. Like, as someone who dabbles in design, watching how these get made absolutely blows my mind. Like, look. Here's a better example. Here's the same key as before, but with more of the keycap torn away. So you can see how the top shots hold onto the bottom shot. It holds on through the melting plastic into those gaps there, and they bond together. But you basically die sub each of these. Look, let me show you what I did. Let me get a pen. So pretend my pen is a die sub sheet, right? What they're doing is they're getting the die sub, and they're basically saying, right, this area here, we're going to die sub in black. And they're putting a big splodge of die sub on there. Just like so. Blah, 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 blah. Right. You get the idea. And then this one they'll do in pink, this one they'll do in green, this one they'll do in orange, whatever. And then when they put the top cap on, it's easier on the black cap, you end up with that color colored in. This is such clever technology. It means you don't have... I know I'm going to be waxing lyrical here, and you guys aren't going to get why I'm so excited about this. But this means, like, the biggest problem with die-sub keycaps is that when you die-sub the outside shell, when you die-sub this area here, you basically put a film on top, and as the film stretches down, it tends to not stay as dark down the outside. Now, this isn't die-sub on the outside, this is a double-shot keycap. But here, you aren't stretching that film, you're only double-shotting those particular areas. So you're always going to get a good color match. You're always going to get the exact color you're aiming for. And these are fantastic. Like, these come out so nicely. Look at some of these up close. Look at some of the detail you can get on this. Look at these keys up close. Look at the detail you can get on them. Just imagine what you can do with the colors. Look how this one's done. You've got 2 bits there done in gold, the blue in the middle, and then the 2 bits there done in the gray. Same here, gold, black, and blue, all in the same areas. This is just such a cool idea, and they do it with this cool process. This is a game changer in how they're making keycaps. Like, there was people talking about doing this back in, I don't know, 2018, 2019. People were talking about feasibility of doing this. And I know, because I spoke to them at the time, that Leopold were talking about doing it. Because Leopold were basically the first company to master PBT double shot keycaps with no shrinkage, right? And they make some great keycaps even to today. And they were talking back then, back in the Top Clack days, about how they could do this. And they could never get it to work. Creative has absolutely blown this out of the water. Like, they can do so much with this. Sure, they need to make these new legends with the cool new bits and pieces here. So you, like this one here where you've got like the @ symbol on the front, like they need to make these new legends and stuff like that. But once these are made, and these are all for an upcoming set, by the way, once these are made, they're made. You can then do any color combination you want. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors of legends on one keycap if you wanted to. 6 colors. It's so clever. It's so clever. Like, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see what people like Max Voltar and Kapowaz and all of the other great designers out there can come up with. Akuku Labs, you know, like, imagine what you could do with this. Like, it gives me ideas, and I'm not an ideas guy. Like, I am the least creative person in the world, and it gives me ideas. That just tells you. That just tells you. We now have 5. Well, you have unlimited. Like I don't think they've worked out what the tolerance is between the 2 different legend colors, but it's pretty much unlimited. How many decades has it taken to bring back this technology? So I have some traditionally quad shot keycaps, JQ. They were 4 shots of plastic. No one, to my knowledge, has ever done this before in keycaps. Creative, finally making good on the promises from way back. Yeah, like, seriously. Does this fix reverse die-sub warp? Yeah, so when you're reverse die-subbing, as we talked about before, like, you're die-subbing the whole keycap. So if you wanted black on white, white on black, you would have a white keycap and you would dye the whole keycap black. And because the way that die-sub is applied, it's like a thin film. Think window tint or something like that. Printing onto acetate, you put the acetate over the top, and then you stretch the vinyl, like a vinyl wrap almost. You stretch it around the keycap and heat bond it on, and that kind of penetrates into the keycap a little bit. That ends up with stretches, and where it stretches, you tend to end up with lighter colors down here, like Infinity Gran, for example, did that, and it was kind of light down towards the bottom of these edges and things. So this is just a really cool way of doing it. I hope long term they last well. Could be awesome. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it, ZBC? Like, the thing is, we know that die-sub is robust. We know that die-sub lasts almost as long as double shot. But this is double shot and die-sub all together. Like, these legends are never going to wear away. Even if you wore away the color, the legend would still be there underneath. It's, you know... Is that meant to look like licorice all sorts? No, not particularly. This is really cool. It is phenomenally cool. Desperately need double shot tulip tulip keys like this. So yes, the tulip keys are something that I've already thought about. I think that they will be something they do. how much is the damage on a full set of this, should be equal to... So I can't give you the pricing yet, JQ, but it's not much more for a set that had to create all new molds than a GMK group buy. Imagine the molds are going to be bespoke and maybe expensive. Most of the molds are made. How much time that adds to production by having to be precise with the dice compared to blanket sheet. They still do it on a blanket sheet because they figure out what keycaps they're going to do and they print out a blanket sheet and do it. So yeah. Sanctuary Rebirth and Bread from Inkini had the lightness by the edges too. Yeah, it's just a problem with 5-sided dice up, so yeah. Simon said he'll hop on a time machine and undo all the key-related bashing if they do this right. Tell me that's not right. Tell me that that looks wrong. Tell me that that looks bad in any way, shape, or form, and I'll let Simon bash on it. Like, I'll let him bash on it. Tell me that this looks wrong in any way, shape, or form. And these are just samples. These are prototypes. These aren't the real final deal. These are just prototypes. Look how nice this lilac is. Look at that lilac. Look how nice it is. You know? Look at it here. Camera, please. Camera. It's true double shot PBT. 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 Dice up on top of PBT. But PBT on PBT. These are just prototypes. I'm really, really excited about this. So someone's already reading my mind. I saw it in chat that someone said about some PT keycaps. Yeah, so we make these with GMK. I'll show you. So these are GMK ones. These are double shot PT keycaps from GMK. These are the UV reactive ones as well. So I'm not sure how well this is going to work on stream, but you can kind of see that these are kind of like UV reactive in some areas. Camera, please focus. There you go. You can kind of see that they're UV reactive in some areas. Maybe if I make it a bit darker. There you go. But I have some ideas to do some PT keycaps with Q reactive. Yeah. Hi, my brother. Hey, man. Thanks for being here. These are really cool keycaps. You're right. The naming is going to be a tad wild. Cap, pink, indigo, scarlet, and silver. Maybe. Think we can agree that is a nice lilac. I need a Mictlan set done like this. Want to see how it turns out in a larger run before I decide to buy another set with these, but it's looking very promising. I think that's like if you like the set that comes out with this, I don't think there's going to be any issues with quality. I see keyboard. I click play. Thanks, man. Let's hope they come with this double shot dice up in ABS also. You can't dice up ABS, so it's not possible to do it on. The problem is to be able to dice up the legends onto here, you need to do it with PBT. ABS just melts lower than the temperature than you get for the dice up sheet, so you can't dice up ABS. You can only pad print ABS. Multicolored legends for the PT keycaps. Yeah, Midnight Rainbow reverse gradient. Key creative rather than GMK. There is a reason that GMK Midnight Rainbow R2 has not happened yet. This may or may not be that reason. You can make your own choices. SPC rocket on the front here. Maybe. The good old rocket logo on the front. Maybe. 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 You mean like this? Have you seen the little coos, guys? So this is our Twitch sub logo, and this is an artisan keycap with the Twitch sub logo on. There is a few of these in the wild. I do have some that have given to some members of the SPC where they've done a ton for the community. Like I think Jelly's got one. There's a few other people who've got a couple of these that are out there, but I do have some more to give away at some point soon. Thanks for not confirming. I confirmed nothing. SPC rocket on the front of every single keycap, maybe we'll see. But yeah, there is options there. There is options there. Right. Okay. So I've shown you the cool thing. That is the really cool thing. I also have some stuff that I want to put back in stock on the website today as well. So what I'm going to do is zoom the camera back out. Oh, there's a spider on the camera. Nice. A little bit more. There's a load of stuff that I have here that is out of stock on the website that I found in the workshop. So I'm going to show it to you guys, and we're going to relist it on the website live. So yeah, we're going to add it back to the website. So the first thing up, we have GMK Classica. This is smoky yellow, beige, and 3 international kits. I have 1 base kit and 3 international kits, so we're going to put this back in stock on the website. And where is it gone? There we go. So Classica right now is sold out. There is nothing in stock, but I'm going to put these back in stock. So let me find it. And these will get added to the discount pot as well. So if you're looking to use a discount, it'll work on these. So we have 1 base kit and 3 international kits. Farben accents are great for that. Yeah, like unfortunately I don't have any of the Farben accents left anymore, but yeah, we do have the rest of them. So there we go. These are now back in stock. Let's refresh that page, and boom.
Incredible.
Back in stock. Someone please buy. Please don't leave me with 3 international kits. Someone please buy the base and the international kit together. That would be really, 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 really nice. Because I was going around the workshop this afternoon, and I was looking at stuff where we have international kits left. Like, we've sold out of MT New and CYL Darling, and I have shit tons of international kits left. Wasabi, we have a ton of international kits left. Like Alpine, like there is so many international kits, and each one cost me like 50 euros. So like, I'm gonna be left with 100 euros of stuff. Please don't make it 150. Just buy 3 international kits. If someone bought 3 international kits, I would send them a freebie. If someone bought 3 international kits, I would send them a freebie. That's the first thing. That's back in stock now. Right, next up we have GMK Lilac on Black and an international kit. And I'm going to list this as a bundle because I don't think that these are on the website at all. So Lilac on Black. Wow. Let's try GMK. There we go. It's out of stock. I'm going to add a new option to this, which is base and Nordic UK, and put it at a price somewhere in between. Just copy that so I can find it easier. I'm just going to... I've got to add in the metadata here because it wasn't on this one. Double shot, ABS, Cherry, MX compatible. Right, okay. Save that. Right, so working this out, the base kit pre-VAT was 120 plus the Nordic UK kit was 65.83 pre-VAT, which equals 185 times 1.2 to add the VAT means they're going to be 200. Right, so let's do this at 200 divided by 1.2. 166 quid plus VAT. Right, okay, so it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be the only one in stock in the world. Right, add another option. Base and Nordic UK. Okay, come on Shopify. Taking ages to update here. Whether I wasn't typing, my numlock was turned on. Right, okay, save. Okay, let's give this page a refresh, and it should come back. They should come back as in stock for Base and Nodder UK in a second, unless someone's bought it already. Come on, there we go. Base and Nodder UK, 199.99. Base and Nodder UK. I know it's expensive, but it's the only one in the world, so that's in stock. So there you go. Buy 3 classic ink kits, get an Alpine ink kit and Evil Dolch ISO kit for free. Absolutely, yeah. The freebie is more ink kits, whole of them. People go. Now I feel sad for having to buy a new roof. To be fair, I did buy 2 Evil Dolch ISO since it works well with another of my kits that has ISO. Nice. How many international kits do I need to populate 65%? 2, I think. But you'll be missing some of the like larger keys, like the modifier keys and things. So yeah, but 2 should cover it. Anyway, Lilac on Black is back in stock. Okay, next up we have these, which is 3 sets of GMK Tribal. So let's figure out what these are like on the website, because these are currently listed as out of stock. Tribal. Oops. In stock, GMK Tribal. All out of stock. I don't have any novelties or extra kits, but I do have base kits. Tape spares together to make a spacebar. Nice. 3. Don't forget the 15% discount code will work on these as well. In fact, actually, I need to make sure it will. What else did we do? Oh, Classica. Let me just make sure that this will work on the discount code too. Boom. Okay, the discount code will work on those as well. It will do now. Moon's like it. I needed to enable it in the background. It does work on Lilac and Black. Right. Next up, we have a set of Purplish, GMK Purplish. I think this is not in stock as well. Let's double check. How did we spell this? Did we spell it as purple-ish like that? Yes. Just a base kit of this, but we'll put it back in stock. This is a super cute set. Boom. GMK Purplish base should be back in stock now. Let's check. Give it a second to propagate through. Boom, there we go. 1 back in stock is now available. If anyone's picked any of these up, let me know and I'll chuck something extra in. Oh man, why does my DMs always go nuts when I'm streaming? Right. Yeah, the 15% off will work, Telvin. You'll be able to use that, yeah. Purplish is kind of nice. Forgot about that one. Purplish is a really good set. Right, next up we have a set of Miami Nights. This is brand new. It is unsealed. It was one of the sets we used to QC, but we're going to put this back in stock. It's never been used or typed on. Copy that. Paste that. Oh, hang on, wait a second. Let's just double check that Purplish does show us stuff. Yeah, okay.
Incredible.
Right, Miami Nights. Okay, that should be back in stock now. Let's double check that that's listed. Come on, propagate through. Purplish bought. Have a matching artisan for it. Nice. Okay, this should show the stock. 1 unit left. There you go. Why does it say pickup unavailable? Huh. Wait, has someone bought that instantly? Wait, what? Did someone buy that straight away? Wait, what? Is someone watching the stream and bought that straight away? Like, I'm confused. I don't want to put it back in stock if they've ordered it. What? Oh no, okay, they haven't. Right, okay. I thought someone had sniped it because that was why the pickup wasn't available. No, it's fixed. Okay. I'm just going to double check that I haven't put it back in stock after someone's bought it. Let me just make sure of that. No one buy that again, just while I double check. I think we're good. I think we're good. I do notice people buying things that are on sale with the discount code though. Man, that sucks. It's my own fault. I only have myself to blame. I just seen that someone's bought the MW by PT White and Black and JOG, which is already on sale, at even bigger discounts. Like, we don't even break even on those at retail. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's my own fault. Just stimmed out when you went do. Saying savings with the train line. Love my brain. Sorry, dude. I apologize. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, I think if someone does want to pick that up, it's fine. I think it was just the site was delayed. The 15% will work on that. There was a little bit of delayage. Right. Okay. Next up, we have another really cool set. GMK Terror. I have 3 base kits of GMK Terror. If you like spooky stuff, this is a really nice set. So let's find GMK Terror. And this isn't Terror Below, which is what it'll show. It's GMK Terror itself. There it is. Such a cool set. Okay. Three base kits of this. Boom. I think he meant the safety car was about me saying don't go do a buy on that set while I just checked it. I think the safety car was for ordering from the site, not for the actual Formula One. Cool. GMK Terror is back in stock, and it's now, in a second, it'll be added to the discounts. There we go. 3 base kits left. Awesome. Right. And then last of all last, I have one set of GMK Dual Shot that I found on the shelf that isn't listed in stock as well. So let's put this in stock. Oh my god. What? We had this on a massive discount last time we sold it. I'm going to have to turn that discount off, but the 15% will still work. Right, let's find this. Oh, that's the old list. That's not even the right listing. Hold on. That's the right listing. There we go. This is the right listing. Why did we have 2 listings for this? And this is the standard base. There we go. Go away. That's in stock. Right, that's everything I had to drop in stock on the website. Yeah, we had like a big sale on DualShot at one point, probably over a year ago now. Yeah, I don't know why we dropped it that low. That seems like an obscenely low price for me to go to. Yeah, don't know. 80082 DualShot Dracula, Mictlan, and Metropolis Nords did something funny. Maybe, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Like sometimes we've had multiple listings when things have changed, but Sharon manages most of the listings, so I'm not 100% certain. Anyway, that is back in stock. But yeah, there is two listings pages for DualShot. So we have this listing page and this listing page. So the difference in title is GMK DualShot R2 and GMK DualShot R2 key set. So I put it on the DualShot R2 one without the key set. I think the key set one was the correct one actually, but oh well, it's done now. Whatever. Sure, it's to make the international kits and bases. So it might have been to merge them together. I think that rings a bell for 800R2. Yeah, I think that rings a bell. That rings a bell. Yeah. Yeah, we're often cheaper than the US vendors, Rob, because like, well, I like it depends on the set and it depends on the vendor, but like I think we just accept lower margins a lot of the time, just to try and keep in line with the US pricing. So, but at the minute, it depends on exchange rates as well, because sometimes to US customers we look really cheap when the dollar is strong. At the moment the dollar's weak, so we look really expensive. So it really depends, which is obviously understandable. Cool. Okay, so that is kind of everything I had to share on the stream today. I was just putting some stuff back in stock, talking about some other bits and pieces, and that was kind of like the keyboard chores. I'm half tempted at some point soon to change the keycaps on my Matrix as well. I don't know though, I've been thinking about a few different keycap sets for this. Like, you guys tell me, I'm not going to change it on stream right now, but you guys tell me what you think might work for this. Because this is the board, and it's beautiful, it's lovely, but I've been thinking about changing the keycaps up to something that's CYL in profile, proper cherry, rather than MT new. So I've been thinking about a few different sets, and maybe we'll do a quick poll, and then you guys can tell me what you'd like to see on the board, and then I'll change that for next week. These are the 3 sets I've been thinking about. We've got GMK High Vis, GMK FTRO, and Cap Generation. What do you guys think? These are the 3 sets that I'm toying with the idea of putting on a keyboard. Shill your own products. Like, do you know how many people complain when we do our own products, Rack? Like, okay, I'm going to be really blunt. Like, I get complaints from other vendors. This is genuine, from other vendors when I talk about PT's own products on these streams. Like, genuinely that happens. They complain that I talk about my own products. Like, we did a stream when I unveiled the JOG set and we got it in stock. Another vendor complained to me about that. Camera, what happened there with the camera? I don't know. But yeah. Modern Materials. Yeah, Modern Materials is coming. We're going to be restocking Modern Materials this week. I think it's going to arrive from GMK Monday, Tuesday. But Modern Materials, both stone, concrete, and the Accents kit will be all in stock this week, yeah. I feel that High Vis would pop more on a darker board. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see how the poll comes out, because I'm interested to see what you guys think, because like these are the 3 that I've been toying with the idea of. Specsavers votes for High Vis, maybe. Challenge them to a Beyblade battle in the Carvery car park. Kaiju. I do have a set of Kaiju, but I only have the green set. I don't have the metallics one. When someone complains about you advertising on your own channels, please feel free to point them to claim. Like, I don't like take those complaints to heart, but we do get, like, genuinely get them, and it is so bizarre. It is so bizarre that people do these mental gymnastics to try and think that I'm doing a disservice to people by shilling my own product. It is the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. FTRO is too boring. Well, you say that, but FTRO has the benefit of having the yellow function row, which is really, really nice. It's really, really nice. Of course, it's got the yellow on the sub-legends, tertiary legends, so it is really, really nice. FTRO for the win. Yeah. FTRO with the white stripe alert would hit different on this board now that I think about it. Well, I do have the white alert keys as well. There. So there's one, for example. It's upside down. There you go. But I have the yellow ones too, which is cool. Has GMK Terra sold out again? I don't think so. Let me triple check. No, it's still in stock. I'll drop the link in chat. There you go. FTR is gorgeous. No you. Tell them you'd be happy to shill their items for a fee. Do you know this is the crazy thing, right? We often have stuff on the stream that's not something that's for sale through PT. Like you'll see me use personal key sets that I've bought from other vendors and stuff like that, and it'll be something that we haven't sold. And I pay for it and I shill it and I don't ask for money for it. Like, I know some people who are on streams will get paid to show their things on streams. No matter what we get sent, I never charge anyone a penny for showing it on stream. Like, we've never charged anyone any money whatsoever for showing. Wait, what? Who rigged that poll? Who rigged that poll? Because somehow it was 33% on all three. Which means you guys can't make a decision. High Vis is a great set, but I struggle with on a lighter board that isn't silver. That's fair. That's fair. I can't believe that the poll ended up completely level and even. Mars Cadet, I just feel like there was only a few colours it really works well. And Mars Cadet looks so good on silver boards. Silver boards, yes. What was the reason given why they were upset for showcasing PT's merch? There's no real, when they do it, Alex, there's no real reason for it other than they just don't like that I use this platform to shill my products. I think it's me using my personal platform as a streamer to also shill my products as a vendor, and they don't like that there's a crossover there. I think that they feel that's unfair advantage, I suspect. So yeah. Modern Dolce on the white, cream or maybe Alpine if you fancy a soft purple. You'd use one of those ink kits as well. Do you know, I don't actually have a set of Alpine, a base kit of Alpine. If anyone has a base kit of Alpine, I will buy it off you. Zed, yes, I'll see you at the GMK meetup. Yeah, yeah. So it's 33%. The vote ended even across all three. I like a gradient, maybe. We'll see next week. You'll see next week what I've decided off the back of it. I don't like not being 7 foot tall. Doesn't make it a legitimate concern. Well, that's what I say. Like, I don't like see these as like a real complaint, but I do get them. It's interesting. I've seen other vendors on the stream doing it. Yeah, like I don't know. The lad is coming into the office on a Sunday night to stream and they get annoyed. That's ridiculous. Yeah, like I don't live here. This is my workspace. I drive here from home, which admittedly is only a few miles, but it's like 15 minutes each way. I'll then stream and work. I see this as work for 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll drive home. And then I'll be back here at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. People rigged the vote successfully. Nice. A combination of all three seems fair. Maybe I'll do like, maybe we'll do something like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and do like we'll do high vis, FTRO, cap generation, high vis, FTRO, cap generation, all the way across. See how that looks, right? Jay has a mattress under the desk. I've seen it. I have slept on the couch. So the other side of the monitor here, there is a couch. I have slept on that couch before. Yeah, I've spent the whole night here and slept on the couch. I'd fully expect someone to shill their own products on their own stream. Dude, it is bizarre. Like, it's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. If you saw like some of the cease and desists that we get, bizarre, like phenomenally bizarre. It's so strange. Letters before action, I get them every week. It's bizarre. No action is yet to be taken. Flare and high vis would be crazy cool. Yeah, one of the things I'm actually really excited about. If you haven't seen GMK Flare, let's have a quick look at this, because I think the group buy is still live. It's highlighter orange. So this with this, like it's hard to get the colors next to each other. Look at the side. There you go. Like these two colors next to each other, it could be really, really special. Like something really special. Speaking of Pratt, anything come back of the guy who charged back 60 orders? No. Jay shilling a product. I know, it's my own website. Oh no, whatever am I gonna do? It's in group buy right now. Go do a buy. How about you look at this website and do a buy? In fact, you know what? Don't do a buy. Just come by and have some free coffee and talk keyboards with me for an hour. That'd make me happy. So yeah. Would cause blindness? Yeah. Yeah. Vertical thirds could be saucy too. Do you mean like do like a gradient? Like that? Maybe like a gradient here, gradient here, gradient here? Like high vis, FTRO, cap generation? Yeah, so it was on an earlier stream, Trojan. I don't want to go over the details, but yeah, I can't remember the exact number of orders, whether it was 60 or not, but it was a lot of orders. If you can wait until GMK highlighter when hopefully that runs. Like, bright colors, I'm all here for it. Like, pink is my favorite color. If someone did highlighter pink, that's what I want. A highlighter pink with white legends, that's the set I want. I've been tempted to knock it up myself and design it myself and get GMK to do it. But I am working with someone on a GMK set that is really cool. So yeah, make the matrix even busier. Maybe. Like I feel like it's if you're gonna do it to any board, like a matrix board is the one to do it to because it is so busy on the rear, right? Like because it is so busy. I'd like to come to your store. Unfortunately, it's too far away from Birmingham. Dude, we've had people come from overseas here, Jobby. We've had people come from Denmark. The furthest, in fact, I mean, technically we've had an Australian come. I mean, he didn't come here from Australia, but we have had an Australian come. But we know we've had people from Japan who've been in the UK, but are keyboard friends who have come here to the workshop. We've had people from all over Europe come here to open days that we've done. We've even had a couple of people from the US at the last open day in March, I want to say it was. Now the coffee mornings aren't like the open days. They're very much just a couple of people. Like one guy bought a keyboard and he came with two mates and we all built it together while he was here and that kind of thing. There was a lady came the other day and she was looking for a specific set of colors and just wanted to check the colors in real life. It's really nice, relaxed keyboard coffee mornings on a Thursday. The open days are manic because I think at the last one we had somewhere between 75 and 100 people turn up for coffee. I didn't get away from the coffee machine for like 4 hours. I was just making coffee after coffee after coffee after coffee, which is fine. It was great fun. I had a great time. We went out for some food after, which was fantastic. And it's just great to have people here who are in the hobby to congregate and stuff like that. We're looking at doing a PT UK meetup, the Great British Keyboard meetup in spring next year, which we expect to have 250 people come to. More news on that in a week or two's time. But yeah, the coffee mornings are very much just about chilling out. Come along, try a couple of keyboards, have a coffee with me, talk keyboards for an hour, that kind of thing. But yeah, Birmingham is like what? We're just literally off the M62 here, so M62 M1 would probably be the way I'd do it, or M6 maybe up the other side. Anyway, yeah, maybe 2 hours, so yeah. Anyway, to see how many orders I'm up to now, Trojan, if you mean on the store, yeah, drop me an email. I can tell you how many orders you've made from the store. So yeah, Reed lives beyond Europe for sure. Maybe. I think technically we travel further. Like I think at the open day, the furthest I know of anyone coming was Germany. I think that was the furthest someone travelled to the open day in March from Germany. Need to pop up myself sometime. You are more than welcome anytime, Trojan. You're more than welcome anytime. Right, okay, that's it for the stream. I am going to end it there because I need to go home. My wife's away this week, so I'm on dog duty. The dog was going to come here tonight while I was streaming, but I could not get her to move off the couch. We went out for a really long walk earlier on today. We did 8 miles. She's getting old. 8 miles was clearly far too much for her. She would not get off the sofa to come here. But yeah, Geek Hack review. Quickly, we'll do a quick Geek Hack review. Really, really quick Geek Hack review. Like super quick. Super quick. What have we got? This is all the stuff that's unread since I was last on the website. So that's what we're going to look at. Good Keyboard Friends podcast. Yes, go check the Good Keyboard Friends podcast out. There's some really good episodes there. I still need to listen to episode 8 and 9. So go listen to that. That's really, really cool. Oh no. The Lotus 80 by Foxhoff I don't think we've covered. Or the GN70. Or the sticks. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Look at that. What a lovely keycap set. Is that a real keycap set? I don't know, but I really like that keycap set. If that's a real keycap set, I want to stock it. Anyway, this is about the keyboard. Sorry, I'm digressing. Keyboard, clean. I mean, Fox Lab always makes good stuff anyway. I like this. This here is nice. I don't know if it's showing on stream, but if you look at this image on your own, you can see the mill lines on this piece here. There's like mill lines, which is nice. Okay. Oh, there's a flower design on the inside of the case. Interesting. It's nice. I like. Yeah, I like the wavy pan. That green's kind of nice as well. Okay, I'm a fan of that. GN70. Did we look at this another week? A couple of weeks ago? I think we did look at this, right? When did this get posted? 7th of April. I think we've already looked at this on stream. This is fun. Kind of like, that's a curve. That's not a straight line, that's a curve. Nice. Cherry lip. Okay, not much to say about that. Sticks. Okay. Okay. Saab, good designer. That is beautiful. Look at that. That is really beautiful. Oh, HHKB with a isolated spacebar, like the Nesson stuff, the Nesson 810 and stuff like that. I like this layout. It's nice. Needs a nice enter in it, but yeah. Oh, I like this, how the weight peaks out here. This is nice. This area just here. I like that. And I do like this. Yeah. Okay, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's really clean. Super clean. Look at this for a layout as well. Isolated spacebar. Always interesting. Yeah, I like it. It's nice that he's done all the parametric drawings as well. Oh, early prototype. Interesting. It's changed quite a bit then. So this reminds me of another board that I saw that had this kind of wing inlet here, but this was like open to let sound through. Like it was a bit like the Oku that has the sound gaps on the side, but this was kind of like a sound development tunnel underneath. I can't remember what board that was. That's a nice picture. Really cool picture. Yeah, I like this. This is really cool. Clean. I really like that. I really like that. Right, okay. Yeah. I do need to go home now and look after the dog. Let's catch up with Chow very quickly. Chow, half the stream boss. Hope we can get a Doggo cam stream soon. Thursday, I think Doggo will be on stream. I think it's set by yeah, it is. Okay, nice. I do like that set. Tara Bubba, cool. I'll see if we can stock it. Suck it, Arrow Key Havers, 69% on top. Fair enough. Thanks for the fun and the insight, Jay. Have a good night. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you all. Take care. I'll see you again soon. And be good to each other because keyboards are great. And I love you guys. And I thank you all for watching. Have a really good rest of your weekend, guys. See you later.